What's going on YouTube? This is going to be a straight take, my first reaction after this game. Um, Looking back at my TV right now, I saw something pop up, but nothing crazy. Um, as far as like there's no game there, it was like showing some highlights. But anyway, Giants, Eagles, week, what is this? Week 16? Because there's 18 weeks now, so this is week 16. Um, what can I say? The Giants are doing Giants things. They continue to lose, and it seems like week to week, I'm starting to care less and less that they're losing. That expose was something else earlier on this week. That video that I put out, I mean, I pretty much went over that, but it just starts to make you care less and less once you see like what the ownership, how they've contributed to the downfall of this team. It's just really frustrating to watch, really annoying. But either way, we continue to lose every week. The biggest reason we're losing right now, I probably would say, is because of the talent of the team and the coaching. Just like we've lost all season. But one of the bigger reasons that we don't have any quarterback who's even at a backup level. We don't have any quarterback that can even play at a backups level in the NFL. Now, Jake Fromm, it looked like he had a little bit of a spark last week, but that was fool's gold. Pretty much expected that. We knew. I put out a tweet that I said Jake Fromm, we're 99.9% sure he's trash. Mike Glennon, we're 100% sure he's trash. And it was that 0.01% that made people think maybe Jake Fromm will come out there and he'll look decent. And at the very least, we have a backup going forward. But didn't happen. Didn't happen at all. Jake Fromm played horribly. He had a couple of passes where he just missed guys wide open, like the ball was way out of grasp. Slayton was open on 1/3 down. He threw it like 10 yards over his head. I don't know what Jake Fromm was aiming at for most of this game. The dude had 6 for 17, 25 yards. Mike Glennon came in and pretty much did what Jake Fromm did last week, which is like play better than him in one quarter. Or I think Mike Glennon might have played the whole second half, maybe. I'm not sure. But Glennon came in 89 yards on 26 passes. Both of them are terrible. Both of them are terrible quarterbacks. Kadarius Toney was your leading receiver with 24 yards receiving. Uh, I think Galladay had 22. Evan Ingram, 17 yards, one touchdown, garbage time touchdown. But I mean, I'm happy for Evan Ingram. It seems like he'll probably get a deal and he'll be productive somewhere. But this offense is a joke. It's really hard to watch. I don't know if you still blame Jason Garrett because this is still his design, but it's just bad. It's bad. I don't know who to blame. You can blame the offensive line. You can blame the quarterbacks. You know, going towards our quarterbacks that are in there now, and Daniel Jones for some of the mistakes he made. But overall, I will put the offensive line at fault. Definitely, you need 4 more starters next year. Now you probably aren't going to get that, or maybe you do. You maybe have to make some lateral moves for some of those positions, but you need 4 starters to become a very good offensive line. And right now, we got to get at least 2 or 3 next year. We got to get at least 2 in the draft. I would draft 3 linemen in the draft that you feel like could start because we need a lot of help there. And then Jason Garrett's offense, Freddie Kitchen calling plays, still running that same offense, but it just hasn't been great. I have no idea what Daniel Jones would look like as he got some more time to call play. You know, as Freddie Kitchens is calling plays, but whatever is going on right now is not working. This and this like insisting on feeding Saquon the ball is really weird to me. I know like when he got the job, when they said your play caller, they said, listen, you got to get the ball to our playmakers. You got to get the ball to the playmakers. And I understand that. And we all said that. We got to get the ball to our playmakers. But Saquon has not proven to be the same running back in the open field, at least this year. Maybe next year some of that twitch will come back because it'll be a year out from the ACL. But right now he does not look like the same player in the open field. So to throw him the ball 5, 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage and expect him to make 4 Eagles miss is ridiculous to me, and I don't know why we continue to do it. Saquon Barkley, even at this stage of his career, where he's fighting off this injury and he's not looking like the same guy, he can still line up in the slot and run routes. You can still line him up in the backfield, motion him outside, and have him run regular routes. We've done that with Devontae Booker, but we haven't done it with Saquon Barkley. We have got to utilize him in the pass game. There are a ton of ways to use him in the pass game. Besides, let's throw him a screen 5, 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and just hope that he can make everybody miss. Kadarius Toney, he's someone you can't do that with. We did it, I think, 1 or 2 times. He made some plays. A couple of times he got tackled. One time he got hit in the head. But Kadarius Toney does not look like the same target. I mean, the same player. 9 targets today, 4 receptions. Of course, like I said, 24 yards. He just doesn't look like the same guy. I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know if he's just simply saying this season is lost, so I'm not going to put myself in danger. But he doesn't look like the same person. Um, well, it is what it is. Whenever we get an offensive line and an offensive coordinator and someone that's going to get him the ball, we'll see what Kadarius Toney can do. Until then, it's just pretty much just a big show. Same with Kenny Galladay. We'll find out next year if we can get some of this stuff solidified. Joe Judge. Now, I listened to the first quarter of this game through pretty much first quarter and part of the second quarter of this game. Uh, Through the radio, pretty much. I was listening through Sunday Ticket or through Yahoo Sports, and I was just listening to it because I was driving. But from what I heard, we were like in that sweet spot where it's always 4th and 1, and we didn't go for it. And the play before, we had run the ball. So we pretty much just gave up on that entire drive when we were in Eagles territory, and I think we ended up punting it instead of trying for the long field goal or going for it on 4th down and short. It just doesn't make sense to me that we continue to do these conservative things on 3rd down. 4th down is a different story, but on 3rd down. And before people start to try to tell me, I want Joe Judge to be aggressive and then I want him to not be aggressive. I want Joe Judge to follow the flow of the game. If you're 4th and short on the other opponent's 40-yard line, where your kicker is a Pro Bowl level kicker and he can kick those long kicks, then you either go for the field goal or you just go for it. I mean, 4th and short, most teams can go for it. I don't know what just happened with the focus right there, but we're good again. Most of those teams can go for it and get it. I think the Giants can do the same. Just go for it there. Today, I'm not going to make any criticism because we had Jake Fromm at quarterback. But on that 3rd down, before that 4th down, you got to be more aggressive there because you can't just get over on that side of the field and just run it on 3rd down and then punt it on 4th. But I just want Joe Judge to make the right decisions. Everything isn't a cut and dry thing. I don't want Joe Judge to go for it every 4th and short. That doesn't make any sense. I was actually someone who defended Joe Judge, I think, that in that Saints game or Eagles game where we were on our own like 30-something yard line and people wanted us to go for it on 4th and short. But I'm like, we're in our own. We're basically giving them points there. So I can't blame Joe Judge for anything today because his hands are tied at quarterback. But I do want to see some more consistent decisions on 3rd down. Get what I'm saying? I'm not going to blame Joe Judge. Let me go back over this again. I'm not going to blame him for any 4th down decisions today because you have to have confidence in your offense and you don't have confidence in those 2 quarterbacks. But I will say that we need to be more aggressive on 3rd, and that might need to go towards Freddie Kitchens as well. But moving on from that, the Eagles, they pretty much were neutralized that first half. They pretty much were neutralized, shut down. Jalen Hurts couldn't do much. He threw an early interception that got called back because we couldn't maintain possession to the ground. The offense couldn't do much for the Eagles. 3-3 at the half. And then all of a sudden you get a big play to Devontae Smith, or I think it was a big play to Jalen Reagor. And all of a sudden Devontae Smith is toe tapping and dragging his toe on the sideline in the end zone. That's the first touchdown. And then you see Boston Scott running one. I think the Devontae Smith one was the second touchdown, actually. But a couple of big plays, couple of big passing plays this defense led up in the second half that ended up breaking this game open. And then Glennon came in, threw an interception, threw a pick six. Jake Fromm threw an interception. Not sure if they scored off of that. Lane Johnson ended up scoring the touchdown too. But it was a mess after some of these mistakes by our 2 backup quarterbacks happened. I can't see who lost this fumble because Bleacher Report always glitches out for some reason. But we lost the fumble, and yeah, it happens that way. Um, it just it the turnovers hurt us basically. The turnovers hurt us, and we already couldn't score points. We put up 3 points today. That touchdown to Evan Ingram was complete garbage time. We put up 3 points, and it's just going to be that way. Without a starting level quarterback in there, this offense has no shot at scoring a touchdown in any meaningful part of the game. They asked the Eagles linebacker Alex Singleton, "What did you ever believe that they were a threat to move the ball throughout the entire game?" He said no, and that's true. So the Giants are going to continue to play like this. We of course have we have the Bears pick. We have our pick. I'm looking at this phone right now because I see the Bears are tied with the Seahawks. And hopefully the Bears can lose today. I don't want any shenanigans out of them. But we're all 4-11. The Jets won today. The Texans won today. We need them to continue to win because even though they have the same record as us now, they have a less strength of a schedule. So they're going to maintain those picks. They're going to maintain those picks until we have to have a worse record than them. So hopefully that can happen. Hopefully the Bears lose today, and hopefully next week we tie. I don't know what has to happen there, but that's all we can look forward to, people, is these top picks that we're going to have. Hopefully they stay in the top 10. I don't see the Giants winning any more games this year. Maybe against Washington, but maybe against the Bears too. But hopefully that doesn't happen as far as Washington goes, because if we beat the Bears, we still keep their pick. But I just don't see us winning any games today this year. And if we do, I just don't think we basically can't end up outside the top 10. That's not going to happen. And we just got to keep these two top 10 picks. Go ahead and address this offensive line with both of those picks. Or if one of these elite edge rushers fall, take one of those guys and then get the offensive line. But whoever is general manager here needs to address the offensive line with one of these top picks. If they trade back, fine, take Linderbaum. But those two picks need to go towards offensive line. And it looks like we're going to actually keep them. And for the second offseason in a row, it's going to be even more entertaining. It's going to be more entertaining to cover the Giants in the offseason than it is to cover them in the regular season, which is annoying, which is sad, which is just sad. It's the state of the Giants right now. It's where we are. And hopefully this is the last year where it's just this boring. I mean, hopefully just next year we can get an offensive coordinator in here or get something in here that allows this offense to be TV watchable. Because right now it's a big joke. So you guys let me know what you thought of this game. Let me know who you're looking at in the draft because listen, it's week 17 coming up and we got one more game after that and we're not making the playoffs. So who are you looking at in the draft? Who are you looking at? What positions do you think that we need to address the most? Do you think that Joe Judge needs to come back? It's confirmed today that it's not confirmed, but it's pretty much all but confirmed from reports that Joe Judge and Daniel Jones are coming back. I'm not angry about it. I just need a new general manager, and I definitely need a new offensive coordinator for this upcoming season. But you guys let me know what you thought, and have a great rest of your Sunday.